This is a story of change. I had two, but I'm only going to give you one because of the time. And this is to prove that people do change. People may be worse than me and you. This is a man by the name of Malik ibn Dinar, who used to be an alcoholic, who used to be a drinker. Malik ibn Dinar, when he was young, he saw an argument between two guys. And one of these guys, he had his daughter with him. She was 3 years old. The same age as mine, Usayba, and Taib's and Maryam, I think, 3 years old, yes? And he saw this girl, and she was beautiful, she was really cute. And he said to himself, I wish I could have a daughter like this. So he got married. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with a daughter, Fatima. And Fatima, she was a beautiful little girl, really energetic. And she used to sit on Malik ibn Dinar's lap, and she used to play with his beard. But Malik ibn Dinar was still drinking. And one day he tried to have a drink, and his daughter, she smashed the bottle. And she had this strange habit, every time he tried to drink, she would smash the bottle or the glass. Well, because he loved her so much, he didn't say anything to her. And Malik ibn Dinar, he started to think about his daughter. I thought, I need to bring my daughter up in this society, in this environment. How can I bring my daughter up if I'm not a role model? How can I produce a dawah carrier if I'm not a dawah carrier? How can I produce somebody who sacrifices for Islam if I don't sacrifice for Islam? So she started to become the means of change for him. And he started to pray. And his habit of drinking, he became less and less. But one day, his daughter, she became ill. She deteriorated and she died. And Malik ibn Dinar, he was so overwhelmed with this death that he started to drink and drink and drink and drink. And then one day, he had a dream.
And one day, after several years, I drank so much that I passed out in the middle of the day. And at that time, I had a vision. I had a dream that Yawm al-Qiyamah had begun. The people around me were running in chaos, not knowing what they were doing. So I ran with them. And I ran and I ran and I noticed that there was a big black snake behind me. Up and until I got to the foot of a mountain and I saw this beautiful old man with a nice white beard and white hair. And I said, "Oh, old man, for the sake of Allah, please help me against this black snake." The old man replied, "Oh my son, I am too weak, I am too feeble, I cannot do anything for you. Perhaps if you go up the mountain, you may find someone to help you." So I ran up the mountain till I got to the top, and I saw from the top of the mountain the valleys of hell. People being punished, people being burned, people drinking and their insides burning. And I knew that this was not what I wanted for myself. So I ran back down the mountain and I saw that old man again, and again I said, "Old man, for the sake of Allah, please help me." He said again, "Oh my son, I am too weak, I am too feeble. Perhaps if you run towards the hills, you may find someone there to help you." So I ran towards the hills and I started hearing the playing of children. The sounds that children make as they are playing, I started to hear them. And as I got closer, I started to make out the words. And I heard, "Oh Fatima, go and help your father. Oh Fatima, go and help your father." As I got closer, I thought to myself, could it be the very daughter that Allah took away from me? Could she be here right now? And as I got closer, lo and behold, there Fatima was. She embraced me, and she pushed the snake away, and it fled away. And I asked her, "Oh Fatima, what is going on?" And she said, "Oh my father, please come and sit down." And we sat down under a tree, and just like she did when we were in this world, she played with my beard, and she said, "Oh my father, this is the day of judgment. This is the day of judgment. That black snake that you saw, they were your evil deeds. They were so powerful that had it not been for me, the trial that you had gone through, your sins would have devoured you alive this day. And as for that old, beautiful white man that was too weak to help you, they were your good deeds. They had become so few in number that on this day they were no avail to you. Oh my father, has the time not come for you to change your ways?" And she recited to him the verse in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says,
ألم يأن للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون.
At that time, I woke up and I felt a difference inside myself, and I heard the adhan for Fajr go off. So I made wudu and I went to the masjid. And as I'm approaching the masjid, I hear the Imam recite the exact same verse. That has the time not come for the hearts of the believers to be moved by the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.